Vice President Shettima urges African defense chiefs to unite against borderless insurgency.
It is time to forge a new doctrine of continental defense, one rooted in trust, shared intelligence, and coordinated strategy.
100 inmates graduate with vocational skills at the Nigerian Correctional Service as they embrace second chances.
Let these skills define their future and not their past.
Sokoto River Basin Authority assures public on Goronyo Dam water release, says no cause for alarm. Hello and welcome to the news on NTA News 24, live from Abuja. I am Vivian Ezadifi. Vice President Kashim Shettima has reminded chiefs of defense staff from various African countries of the need for collaboration in the fight against growing insurgency in the region. This was during the opening ceremony of the first ever African Chiefs of Defense Staff Conference in Abuja. The Vice President noted that defense is the first expression of love that each member state can offer the other, observing that the growing challenge of insurgency does not respect borders.
The enormity of threats across our continent compels us to pause and reflect. From the deserts where insurgency festers to the high seas where piracy prowls, from the silent corridors of cybercrime to the ruthless networks of transnational criminals, none of these tragedies respect borders, and neither should our response. What is true of our challenges must also be true of our resolve. We cannot neutralize these threats in isolation. This is the moment to reassess our military objectives in the collective aspirations to make Africa safe. It is time to forge a new doctrine of continental defense, one rooted in trust, shared intelligence.
Our response must be that too. When we act in isolation, we hand our adversaries their greatest advantage, our division. Regional cooperation is the linchpin of African security and defense, but we also know that this is easier said than done. Defense collaboration is not simple. We are talking about 54 countries, each with their own policies, their histories, their priorities, and their difficulties.
Resource persons on Good Morning Nigeria have added voice to the reignited debate over Nigerians' proposed revenue sharing formula. Despite divergent views, they agreed 33 years after to review the revenue sharing formula to integrate realities. Lydia Sampson reports.
While highlighting historic complexities between federal, state and local governments on revenue sharing formula, cautioned that the proposal must be driven by a robust data conversation across the country. Proponents for the increased federal funding argue that the central government requires more resources to effectively manage national projects, especially additional organizations created by legislation and security.
Revenue mobilization and fiscal commission to do is come to what the Constitution says. You shall take care of the account of the population, the functions of each arm of government, and the cost of collection. Okay. And then let them come up with the challenges of each arm of government.
Conversely, advocates for states and local governments emphasize the need for greater financial autonomy to address grassroots development and local challenges directly.
They're going to consult. They're also going to use a lot of data. The National Bureau of Statistics, was also there. They use a lot of data, and they're also going to benchmark, peer countries and seminar federations. So he also gave a timeline.
We should also have a way of checking ourselves, not waiting for Transparency International to also, release some of this data. Why can't we have a framework that we check ourselves and say, you know, if we're doing well, what are the gaps? If we're not doing well, why are we not doing well? What are we learning?
The underscored calls for a balanced review to ensure equity and efficiency in resource distribution. They want more awareness about fair formula as crucial for sustainable growth and improve public service delivery across all levels of government. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
The Nigerian Labour Congress is raising concerns over the recent move by the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission to undertake a comprehensive upward review of remuneration for political office holders nationwide. In a statement, NLC President Joseph Ajero described the timing and scale of the proposal as potentially widening the gap between civil servants and elected officials. He pointed out that while civil servants received a wage adjustment of not more than 50% in the last review, political office holders reportedly received increases exceeding 800% in a subsequent exercise. While the union acknowledges the importance of fair and competitive remuneration, it emphasizes that such adjustment must be equitable and applied across the board. The NLC is therefore calling for the transparency in the review process, including full disclosure of current earnings and the criteria being used for the proposed changes. The union is urging RMAFC to temporarily suspend the exercise pending wider consultation to avoid possible tension and ensure a more inclusive and balanced outcome. It was a day of pride and second chances at the zone command of the Nigerian Correctional Service, where 100 inmates marked their graduation under the theme Reformed for Impact. From carpentry to catering, tailoring to electrical installation, the inmates showcased their newly acquired skills at an exhibition that proved transformation is possible behind bars. With trade test certificates from the Federal Ministry of Labor and Productivity in their hands, these graduates now carry marketable skills that can put food on their table and dignity in their future.
Using what you have learned to positively touch lives and build a better future for yourselves, your family, and the society.
The Comptroller General also taught workshops and even a music studio set up for training, stressing that correctional programs are designed to transform inmates for life after incarceration.
Training hands, they are about shaping minds. They are about restoring confidence. They are about creating opportunities for a new beginning.
The Nigerian Correctional Service also avails inmates opportunities to study and earn degrees. We will bring you more reports after this timeout. Stay with us.
The Covenant is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
This is NTA News 24.
Welcome back to more reports. Sokoto Rima River Basin Authority has called on the public not to panic over the release of water from Goronyo Dam. This was disclosed by the Managing Director of the Sokoto Rima River Basin Development Authority, Abubakar Malam, while briefing newsmen on the recent release of water from the dam. He assured farmers, fishermen, and canoe operators that there is no cause for fear, as the authority is releasing water strictly in line with its 2025 action plan, guided by NIMET predictions on inflows and outflows. Goronyo Dam, with a holding capacity of 942 million cubic meters, has been successfully managed by the authority over the years.
I want to assure members of the public, especially farmers, fishermen, canoe operators and other stakeholders that there is no cause for alarm with regard to daily water release from Goronyo Dam. The most important thing to do is to align their respective activities with our action plan and avoid erecting structures on waterways to safeguard against flooding and its attendant effects.
It will be recalled that the Goronyo Dam was first conceived by the administration of former President Shehu Shagari and completed in 1984 for the purpose of flood control and irrigation farming. The newly appointed Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Mr. Rotimi Pedro, officially assumed office today, addressing staff in a spirited meeting that laid out his ambitious roadmap for the organization's future. With digital transformation core in his vision for the largest TV network in Africa, the DG says the need to reinvigorate NTA's relevance to Nigeria, highlighting the broadcast legacy in shaping great minds and its potential to reach wider audience. The DG, after meeting with senior staff of NTA, inspecting NTA's vast equipment with a commitment to upscaling them to improve operational efficiency that meets the new order in industry.
It's important that we understand the gravity of what we are faced with. The media landscape of today is transforming by the minute. The media delivery platform is changing by the minute as well. What's relevant today may not be relevant tomorrow. So NTA, as a national asset, needs to be up to the task of what the media transformation is telling us and what the media industry itself is throwing at us. The society itself is changing. Cost of living these days is not what it was many years ago, so we're hoping that we will be able to look into the welfare a bit more and see how we can raise morale of the staff, everybody across the board.
The 82nd meeting of the People's Democratic Party Board of Trustees has held with a resolve to iron out all unresolved issues and forge a united front ahead of the 2027 general elections. Acting National Chairman of the party, Umar Damangu, stressed that the time for rhetoric is past and this is a critical period and an opportunity to re-strategize, prioritize and form a formidable opposition to the governing APC. He said it is important that party members remain vigilant as 2027 approaches and highlighted the party's resolve to ensure women are adequately represented in governance. Governor Hyacinth Alia has extended his congratulations to the member representing Makurdi North State Constituency, Alfred Ondova Mbaga, over his election as the new Speaker of the 10th Benue State House of Assembly. In a statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary, Mbaga was elected as the new Speaker on Sunday, August 24, 2025, during an emergency sitting after the voluntary resignation of Hyacinth Ondona Daju. Governor Alia, who comments the swift process that led to the emergence of a new leader of the legislative arm of government in the state, says the election of Mbaga is a testament to the confidence reposed in him by his colleagues and a reflection of his commitment and ability to uphold democratic values. The governor expressed confidence that under the leadership of Alfred, the Benue State House of Assembly will continue to work tirelessly towards the formulation and enactment of laws and policies aimed at improving the lives of the people of the state. He calls on the legislative arm of government to continue to maintain a strong and cordial relationship with the executive and judiciary arms, insisting that it is only through cooperation that the state can achieve sustainable development and deliver dividends of democracy that will reach every citizen. While he appreciates the outgone speaker for his contributions as the leader of the state legislature, the governor assures the newly elected speaker, as well as all members of the Benue State House of Assembly, of his unwavering support and commitment to continue to work together for the overall good of Benue. The management of the Ministry of Education in Benue State has adopted some policies with a view to emancipating the masses. A statement by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Helen Badeze Zaramu, indicates that unpopular use of restricted customized education materials such as textbook and exercise books make it non-transferable to subsequent learners is abolished. All schools, both public and private, have been directed to revert immediately to the traditional passing of such materials from senior students and learners to the junior ones. Compulsory and extended lessons after normal regular school hours cease, except with the consent of parents or guardians. All compulsory school graduation ceremonies are abolished, especially for nursery and basic schools. The statement adds that the implementation of the policy should be strictly adhered to upon the commencement of the 2025 and 2026 academic year. And that is the news desk at 3 on NTA News 24. Thanks for being part of it. I am Vivian Ezadifi. Bye for now.